Shalom, everybody, on this Monday, June the 6th. Beautiful day today. I want you to consider with me John chapter 2, verse 20 and 23 and following. Now, while he was in Jerusalem at the Passover feast, many people saw the miraculous signs that he was doing, and some translations use the word trust, but really belief, but the word is really and trusted in his name. But Yeshua would not entrust himself to them, for he knew all men. He did not need man's testimony about man, for he knew what was in man. They saw a man who was doing miracles that could do them good. That was not the kind of faith that Yeshua would respond to, a superficial faith. Trust in miracles so that it benefits you is different than knowing him and having an intimate knowledge of who he is and appreciation of that. Dying to self is what would be taught by Rabbi Saul later on. Dying to self and living to him, putting off our old, putting on our new. Yeshua alluded to that. If anyone would follow me, he's got to take up his cross. Okay. A little departure there. A little disconnect. In this time of people concerned, and rightly so, for social injustice, and all of us want that. We so want to be treated in a proper way, and we want to treat, generally speaking, people in a proper way. We don't want there to be prejudice. We don't want there to be a dual standards. Our heart cries out for justice, and the peaceful demonstrations are symptomatic of this. But along with that, people are taking advantage of these demonstrations, and they're causing havoc and widespread destruction. And it's in these days, folks, a superficial faith is not going to make an impact on these very, very serious concerns. And I think that everybody at Beth Messiah understands that in order to make a real impact into our world, we've got to confront it with an intimate faith, a deep-seated faith that always wants to produce a blessing for our world. These words are a prelude to 3 interviews that Yeshua has, and just a few verses later. The first one is for Nicodemus, and the second one was the Samaritan woman, and the third was for an official in Cana. And you couldn't have 3 more different people, right? But the Yeshua, there was no caste system. There was no difference. He saw their need for him, and he reached out and gave them what they needed. So let's do the same. And our prayer is that these things would be resolved, and that people would find shalom with God and with one another. And if they find shalom with God, they're going to find shalom with one another. And in the interim, let's just pray for God's protection, especially over the businesses who really have nothing to do with the social injustice. They're victims, just because they happen to be there. And it's sad. It's sad to see people losing their property and losing their livelihood and so forth and so on. But there's hope, and things are going to rise up again, and we're going to be strong as a country again, all right? So let's pray for the kingdom to enlarge. That will bless our country, and that will bless our neighborhoods. That'll bless our world, all right? Join me with that, will you? And take out that extra time. Shalom to everybody and who is online with us today. And hope this day is going to be a great day for you, all right? Get close to him. Shalom.